Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Transport Fever Peninsula, as you are well aware. Last time around we accomplished precious little, but I built a bunch of stuff and spent some money. So, business as usual. We left the situation with this road bridge effort that does not yet exist, being the name for my pain. I wouldn't go that far. The name for my quandary. Before I get to that, however, I don't want to do this. Construction flaming is possible there, son. That shouldn't be a problem. Why are you giving me the heave ho on there? Maybe if I put a skinny bit in, you'll be happier. I have a skinny bit, but at least we'll use the very latest Tarmacadon to make that viable. Yes, no. What we're going to try and do? Yes, no. Yeah, lovely. Is we're going to try and build a bridge across there. We'll get rid of the depot here. We're going to get all of this done before the intro. There you go. Do that. Do this. Do this. Do that. And then bring that back up again. Do this. Over to there. Yeah. Pop a wheelie. There you go. And actually, I didn't need two wheelies there. Just one would do the trick. Pick a bridge that we like the looks of. Concrete. Green. Always. Yeah, why not? There you go. That's that fixed. Hold on. You've still got this bit to do. Oh, dear. Right. We'll bang that around. We won't bang that around anything. No. You're going to have to come round this way. Oh, I like it. I like where you're going with this. Oh, you have clearly thought something through. If not this, then something else. No, that's not going to work. You have to stay flat. All right. Go around the corner and then merge. Merge. Boom. Yes. Hold on. Autosave. Knickers. Right. Intro. Right. There she blows. That's that dealt with. Pretty seamlessly, I thought. We'll up the brush strength here and don't mess about. There you go. That's a bit. Do some of this. Yeah. That'll do nicely. Yeah. 50k well spent. Right, so that's that unscrewed, and then we've still got two broken lines. What have I broken? What is still broken? You're complaining about not having connections to places. That's fine. The Fiasco's reporting. Oh yeah, the Fiasco would report problems, as would the Gen 1 Wrapped Elmo, which is, I assume, the line that Fiasco's running on. It is. It hasn't got a path. Yeah, it's got to bulldoze the path. And we'll get that fixed straight away so that I can then unpause the game again. Right. Now, we want to try and hit this platform end here. While I'm in the area, though, I'm going to try that. Yeah. Why have I tried that? I hear you cry. Oh, I don't know. Because it feels like having two-way track do this particular operation is a good thing. All right, and then what? Have a single track bridge going into the station. Yeah, that'll work. It's rare that you would need to have, that many trains on this route that would require you to have, queuing straight outside the platform. So we'll go with that. Okay, well it's exacerbated the problem that you were trying to work with there. Right, we need to get further downhill at a greater lick, so we're going to back this up quite a bit, and we'll go from there. And instead of the route that we were taking before, we're going to meander this a little bit more. No, don't go uphill. That is really counter to what we need to achieve here. 83. No, we're going to need to keep the speed up as much as possible. Let's say 83, too slow. 85, tasty. Well, that's what it is. And then if we do another 85-ish around here, then maybe we can. You don't get a lot of squeeze from your lemon out of an 85, do you? You sure as heck aren't going to make it onto that approach that you've got there. All right, okay. Second plan, second notion. We go this way, up as aggressively as possible, and where does that get us to? It gets us, how far short are we there? Significantly. And then how far have we actually got to make this work? All the way up to there. We could delete the entire line. I've got the money for it. That's a shame. I quite like this little bit of bridge that I built, tunnel that I built there. That's, but progress demands that you do things appropriately. or inappropriately, but it demands that you do them. Yeah, go on, whack it all the way back up the hillside, and then we'll go from scratch. Yeah, kill the signals, because it's high time we paid at least a modicum of attention to some of the original stations that we built. Oh, hold on, the plan has just evolved. All right, okay. Pray I do not evolve it further. We'll see. Right. Okay. So we're now here. Let's upgrade the station. We'll increase the length. You are colliding with what? With what are you colliding? 240 is going to be plenty long enough. 160 is still colliding. Well, let's get rid of some of the ancillary roads for the moment and see which one of them is going to yield payday. Surely you fit in there. I've not changed the size of the station particularly. Hold everything. Hold on. I know it is. Isn't this the one where we've got another station at the other end of town? Or am I thinking of somewhere else? You might be thinking of somewhere else. Do you want to relocate this station entirely? Oh my giddy aunt. Why are you taking what was a simple idea and making it woefully complicated? Why do you think? Are you new here? Get rid of that. What are you? Don't know. Get rid of it. Keep going until nothing is colliding. Keep deluding yourself that you're not going to have to bulldoze the bus stop there. No, I'd rather not bulldoze a bus stop. I'm going to go a step further. I'm going to bulldoze the station. Right. Okay, and then we'll immediately put a fresh one in. Are you going to try and make this a through station? Oof. Well, now that you're mentioning it, I think I might. All right, get rid of those. Get rid of that. What are you going to do about that? I'm going to get rid of it. Wait. You are being surly towards this construction project, and therefore you're likely to end in peril. Right, it's a generic station where parameters can be fine-tuned. I don't need to fine-tune any parameters. Well, use it anyway, and then don't fine-tune them then. Right. Oh my... No, I've not played with this before. Okay, instructions, planner positions, whatever. Yeah, no, just give me length. High speed, standard tracks 30 metres, original tracks 30 metres, don't really know what. Have 2,000 different options. Thanks. How many do I actually need? Oh, at least that many. Okay, alright, no, I'm getting a secondary plan hatch now, and that's always useful. But, you know, what would be nice today is if you actually managed to complete the objective. Change that to 200 metres. And then we want to live around here somewhere. We want to live around here somewhere, snapped at every angle. Well, construction's not possible there, Chief. All right, well, what do I need to do to make construction possible? Make it so that we can align the terrain? All right, okay, well, yes. I see. Therein lies your problem, is that this is a gentle and then occasionally less than gentle uphill manoeuvre that we've got going on there. And you've already bulldozed the station. The game's paused, though, so I can put it back in. Yeah, let's go again. Let's try it a little bit further out this time. Yeah, you see, you're gonna need to flatten this area to get her in there. Yeah, I am. Yeah. Okay, right, well, you know, needs must. Rome wasn't built in a day. It would have been, only I was waiting for the undercoat to dry. Right, let's grab that. There you go, right. I don't think that the smoothing gun is going to resolve this, but, you know, we live in hope. If we can fix this using a simple tool, then a simple soul such as myself can make hay out of such things. There you go. Knock that back a bit. Expensive, yes, but ultimately worth it if it works. Right, now then, bring me my station. Thank you. See, look, it's just going like, yeah, sure. Where do you want it? You can have it anywhere you like. Go on, go for it. You want it here? Sure. Do you want it there? Yeah, no problem. You want it over here somewhere? No, you can't have it over here somewhere. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You can do it. And then just twizzle it like that. Okay, right. I've taken that. I think you might have noticed. We'll then smooth up around the sides of it so that we can get a bit of road in there. I don't think the far side of the station is going to see an awful lot of action, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to use it anyway. We'll road that up and see if we can't encourage some locals to make themselves welcome. Right, let's bang the necessary streets in there. You don't get a lot of speed limit from your medium town streets. I'm not complaining. Bulldoze that. Pay attention to what you're doing. Keep it flat. All right. Okay. Yeah. Keep it flat. I'm keeping it flat. It's flat. Look. There you go. Flat is what it is. Round there. You don't need to bulldoze that house. You can do this by just, doing it in two parts rather than one. There you go. You've made that slope quite exciting. But, c'est la vie. Construction's not possible. Should be, though, shouldn't it? There you go. Construction is possible. And I don't know why there's a lip in there, given that you should be at exactly the same altitude as this, and I did this piece of road flat. But that's the nature of the beast, and therefore, what are you going to do? Right, bring you up as well. There you go. Right, whiz it around the corner. I don't know why there's a bit of slope in there, but there is. No, do you not want to play either? All right, well, what if I do this? Well, there's a shocker. Right, okay, now, you never know. We might be able to get a few people actually live on there. I've broken this bus route entirely because I've removed several of the things that a bus route really likes, such as stops. I'll just have to put them back in, I suppose. Something like that? No, that's horrendous. Bulldoze. Thank you. Right, build it out again, but try and make it a little bit nicer if you can. Right. That's a bit more genteel. It is a bit more genteel, you're not wrong. Okay, that's looks moderate to fair. And then we'll stick a bus stop back in here. Now, I think this is going to complain when I try and use a standard bus stop, where previously it had stops on both sides of the road. But we'll see what it thinks. Oh, it fits in there. But we've got a lot of smoothing action required in order to make this in any way livable. And that's part of the goal, is that you flatten it out enough that the AI gets a notion that, oh, hold on, I could build some houses in there. And I go, would you please? It would be delightful if you did. Right, there we go. Right, so there's all of that then. So we got another bus stop here. We got one there. Let's fix that. Commuter Elmore. Your current... Oh, it just removed it from the equation. So from Elmore Central, yes, which is south here. All right, okay, we now go out to that one. And then once you get to south, you turn around and you come back this way. Now, there's a huge overlap there in coverage, but I'm faintly optimistic that that'll sort itself out. Right, there's absolutely no excuse for this lump now, so let's get rid of it. And then it will all look amazing. And of course, all of this was done just simply to reconnect a piece of track, which was proving to be challenging. But we can now go more or less as the crow flies, if it's even possible to get down here. Let's try the brute force straight line approach and see what that gets us. Yeah, I know it's expensive, but there it is. No, we're just a little way off. Oh, just the smallest amount extra declination of track is what is required here. Oh, I recall this not being easy the first time round. Well done. You know when a better time to recall that would have been? Oh, do hush your row. Yeah, the better time to have remembered that would have been when you first started this escapade. Well, hey, what are you going to do? Right, let's erase some of the mess and then make some brand new mess. Okay, so now what? Okay, now here's the thing. I think we can later on. I think we can work a track that runs around this way, and then hits up somewhere over here towards Zion. Now we've already got the main station in Zion, and let me tell you, I think that that station may have the same fate befall it as the one we're dealing with now. But from Zion, you can then work your way out to Twin Peaks. Now that's a huge mountain range you've got going on there. Huge. It's quite hefty, right? See, look, it looks like that. So, I mean, there's a lot of dynamite required to get that one to operate in the way where I'm lost. Hang on, find where you are unlost, and then get back to work. Right. How in the heck am I going to do this? Well, you've got to bleed off some altitude. Okay, well, we'll do that. It looks like a bit of track that you didn't delete. There you go. It's gone now. Okay, so... Oh, second idea. We could... I mean, if I'm going to work my way downhill, I could just bolt it straight onto the track that we've got there. But who wants to do that? You've only got 5 million quid. So whatever you're going to do, make it work. All right, as ever, we will try and put the most... the most severe of turns, we'll try and get out of the way early. Because turning is the only way we're going to do this. So we have to go downhill real aggressive like. All right, okay. There you go. We already got a bit of tunnel there. Although we can have a gouge instead. 244 versus 306. Let's go 251 and have the worst of both worlds. And we're going through that mountain then. It's not really a mountain, is it? It's a hill. All right, well, try crow flies now. You've given yourself a little bit more time. How are we doing now? There you go. If you come out there, we're going maximum downhill. Okay, we've shaved, let's say about a third off the amount of altitude we need to lose. So we're not there yet. Now, obviously, I don't have to run it through the station like that, but since I've already laid the track in, maybe since you've already, you can't use since you've already laid the track in as a reason to do something or not do something when your whole reason for being is in bulldozing stuff that you spent a lot of money on previously. Yeah, and there's no need to be quite so critical. I'm going to be critical with you, sunshine. Right, okay, now, by going out this way, it affords us the opportunity to also head out this way. I don't know if I want to do that or not, but it affords the opportunity. And we're running out of space to make our final turn. We need to run parallel with the hillside for a bit longer. So I realised this tunnel was expensive, and I realised I should have looked at this first. But it doesn't really matter. We're going to have to go back a bit. Stop making a turn there. Stop making a turn here. There you are. Right. We will be paying a visit to Johnny Bank Manager again before you know it. Right. Keep going like that. Now, a Helix would have done this job in a far superior fashion. Has to be said. That just doing a quick spiralizer here would have got everything completely sorted. It would have. It totally would have. But I've been leaning on your helices with rather too much frequency of late, so I thought we'd try something else. And I'm regretting it. Right, okay, keep coming this way. All right, 130 is fine. And now I'm gonna run the BR Class 101 on here because it's a very good, efficient train without being so highfalutin and mighty that it will reject the kinds of manoeuvres that I'm inviting it to pull. And no, you've got to slow down. There's no two ways about it. All right, try it again. See what we get. Oh, again, you've gone too far now. All right. Well, look. What if I try something like that? Gently. Don't click excessively at the moment. Right. We can hit the altitude there. Obviously, that's not a junction that anybody can do anything with, but we can match the altitude. So we could something. Oh my giddy aunt. How are you going to make this happen? Well, you could delete that, work this bridge out on that angle, and then meet up with the hillside approach there. That would do the job. Admittedly, it does involve the death of some of these people, and there is no promise that you can actually get over the other rail bridge that you've got there that you were so pleased to have actually accomplished last time round. Oh boy. All right, is there another way of doing this? I like it. It may not seem like it, but this is great fun. Yeah. How am I going to make that work? Again, whoop, fixed. Yeah, but I'm now, you know, I've spent a lot to get to this point now. That's only 1.7 million as well. That's nothing. Right. No, tell you what, just cancel. There you go. Okay, come on, Em. You must have an idea. You've got to have a clue here. Well, what does 60 mile an hour get us? You see, you're so far behind getting the connection right here. You just don't have. You haven't got enough. You ain't got enough width to make this work. And I recall that basically we were descending the entire range last time. Descending the. What do you want about? So you could pull that in as a 70-ish. Yeah, all right. Okay, 70-ish. And then looking at it from this angle here, you might have a bit of a problem with that that food factory, but you might just be able to merge on to hit the bridge there. All right, we're going to give it a go. All right, here we go. We're giving it a go. We're too low. We've made it. Okay, right, get on there. 1.51. You've got a 38 mile an hour corridor, 40 mile an hour corridor, 56. It's awful. No, you can't do that. You're going to have to do a bit of a plan B there, which is going to lead to going through there, which now, you know, invalidates the bridge that you claimed to have done something useful with at the start of the episode. But you do get that out of the other side. So we got a 60 mile an hour corner there, which isn't great. You get a 30 mile an hour turn at the top end, but the rest of the way is relatively plain sailing. And we just need to find something else to do with this. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, I mean, we could use this as a replacement for the windy track we've got there, but I don't want to. So, yeah, no, okay, not a deal breaker. This is not a deal that is broken. Where are you going to drag that to in order to create the junction there? Nowhere. I'm not going to drag it anywhere. Let's do this. Right, and then that. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to grab the track here, because I think this may even make even more genteel the approaching corner. And where did I leave it? There I go. Like that. Okay, now, how do we feel about this? Pretty buoyant. Although you've got a 69 there. Why have we got a 69 mile an hour kind of kink in the system? No, we want to keep. Look, my entire premise is burn your momentum if you have to, when you have to, but then spend the rest of the time trying to keep an even level of trackedness. Right. If we go to there. Maybe across a little more. We'll give it some speed. There you go. Right, do that, and then hook it up. Now that might have already ruined it for everybody. However, I don't think it has. There you are. Look, that's right. Take it. Okay. Now that is still quite a glamorous approach. Now it's an approach. Glamorous is in the eye of the beholder. And then. Do a junction off here like that, and before you do that, oh, he's gone into before you do. No, wait, hold on. Which way do you want to do this? Well, that depends largely on which side of track we've connected up to here. So we're on the right hand platform. We come down, so this means that I need to go inside for the double tracking, unless I want to do a bit of mucking around with it later on. So if we stick there as a reminder, right? Because we're going to want double track down here somewhere. You could go, where are you going to let me do that? There. Well, that's the worst place imaginable. All right, well, look, just do this. You get on there. You get on there. No, don't. All right, don't get on there. See if I care. You get on there. Yes, boss. See, that's a can-do attitude. And then we'll branch from that over onto here. And then we'll branch from... Oh, this is going to look... That's quite nice. A diverging Y there. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's some track. I mean, you know, we've rendered moot quite a lot of the planning that we'd put in. I use planning very loosely in this sense. But you know, there it is. It's golden. Also, we can put that road straight back in because it's decided to tunnel that, which is cool. Give me that and then some of this, and then bosh you straight back through there. Boshed. Good. You haven't done something ridiculous like an underground flipping level crossing, have you? No, I wouldn't. I'd perish the thought, sir. Good answer. Right. Okay. Now then, are we going to double track all of this now? Yeah, because I'm going to stick a couple of trains on here. I don't want to stick with just one anymore. Right, there you are. Do that. It's largely an unnecessary expense. Yes, we're going to need signals, but we are not there yet. Yeah, keep it going. Is it an unnecessary expense, though? It's an expense, and it does have a level of necessity to it. But there you go. Right. Beautiful. What were we actually what was our starting project today? Oh, we were trying to bring goods out here. Oh wow, no, that project's fallen by the wayside. We're gonna have. Oh, this was supposed to be a two-parter to achieve some kind of progress, but now I'm starting to feel like it's going to be at least 4 or 5 parts to get this done. Given that I've seemed to have become distracted into modernizing at the same time. If I do that. I've got a faint hope this will work, but ultimately not much hope at all. Go on, will you diamond there for me? I admire your moxie, sir. Too much slope. Oh, is it not flat? No, this is the point at which you're trying to go downhill as rapidly as possible. Still, that's quite an elegant junction. It'll do nicely. Right. Let's go find the train, because I left it somewhere, and I don't know what it's up to. Presumably, it's in the station at the other end. I'll tell you what, actually, I don't mind this. I think it's quite nice. No, it's not efficient, and it's certainly not as a crow flies, but it's doing the thing. Also, something you haven't really paid any heed to as yet is this station's tiny, and therefore tiny trains are what you should be deploying on here. Right, you've got this, which is the fiasco. It's going Rapt Elmo, which is gonna struggle to do that because, well, one of the stations doesn't actually exist anymore. South Terminal has been destroyed. Oh no, South Terminal has not been destroyed. But apparently you can't do it. Station types don't match. Oh, I see. You're trying to go to a road. No, don't do that. Do this. River Street. Put a yellow on that so we can light it up a bit. Right, you're not called River Street. You're called whatever the heck town this is. Elmore. Flipping Elmo. Right. So this is Elmore Future. No, I don't think that's bold enough. I think this is Elmore Bright Future. There you go. Because it's the first piece of real modernity that has been brought to the area in quite some time. And that's all good. Right, show me the route that you're intending to take here. Right, okay, so you're staying on one side of the track because why wouldn't you? Well, I'll tell you why you wouldn't, and that would be because someone has put one-way signals on all over the place. Yes, you could have told it you were building one-way signals to start with. Why didn't you? Well, here's the thing, is that I prefer to set signals as one way after the event. Right, That's enough to declare which side of the track things should be progressing. That's nice. Stick one there, and then we'll do a couple more near here. Now, I mean, the gap between those signals there is laughable. But what it should mean is that, you know, in the event that I require any queuing, we don't have any problems. All right. Any more? Yeah, you're going to need some up here. All right. How's that? This section's maybe a little bit long, but ultimately I'm only thinking of running 3 trains at the very most, and not yet. We'll go with 2 to start with. Right, Raptor Elmore replacement, please. Oh, first time in the train menu. That's always a delight. That's an extra couple of minutes video padding right there while we wait for the menu to load, and I regale you with tales of. There we go. Right, yes, push those, hit this, and then find the one you want, which is the Class 101. Now, you've got 42 capacity right now. That's 39. Nope, we'll go a bit more. 61. A 3-unit 101 will do absolutely splendidly. Given that the train we're running on there now is, you know, unlikely to be able to match any kind of speed at all. 4-unit would probably be better, but that's okay. We're not going to do that. Switch that on, tell it to replace now. It's going to cost me the entire amount because the existing fiasco is, well, it's done. It's had its era. It's beyond everything. Now, I need a depot. Slinging one on here actually is not going to be horrendous. But I think what I might try and do, because why keep things simple, is we'll try and slot one in by the side of the station. Regular train depot, super long train depot. No, let's go with the height of modernity and build something out of corrugated steel. Right. If you park up here, you're far too high. Let's do what? And then, so no, I was contemplating briefly there whether the AI was likely to try and build anything here. It's not. Therefore, it's not a concern of oh, am I getting in the way of potential building ground? I'm not. Right, sync that. Smooth the remainders. Right, and then see if you can plunk it in there more or less parallel with the track. Like that. Yeah, okay. All right, yep. Got a bit of terrain alignment collage, but that's okay. I'll move it forward. How's that? That looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks all right. Now, the only downside to this particular depot is that, you know, if you're not heading towards Rapture, then it offers you precious little in the way of anything useful. But that's okay, because, you know, you can call, because of where I've placed it, you could call this, like, you know, stage 1 of some jolly attractive high detailing. You really are sticking it to the high detailers, this series. Yeah, I know. They think they're so clever with their spending 6 hours placing half a dozen trees. Right, there you go. We built a depot, look. I'm going to place half a dozen trees in a minute and make this look nicer. Okay, yeah, good. Now what? Well, now the world is simply your oyster. Well, simply put, you've got to buy a train. Now, this is a bad idea in that, you know, so far this is not actually a profitable route, and therefore I haven't got enough money. Hold on. Yes, I have. Try now. There you go. You need to go on Wrapped Elmo, I believe. Set train line all Wrapped Elmo. I think the towns are large enough that they can support having multiple trains on their route. That's the hypothesis I spin to you. This train needs a name. Okay, right. You know, this is going to be Demarcus Rotoscope. As one of my starting cornerbacks. He's retired now, but he was very good in his day. Right, okay, now then, where are you heading? You're heading out towards Bright Future. Let's turn you around and go. Don't want to go to Bright Future. I want you to go to the other place. No, not so much? All right, never mind then. Right, activate the ripcord here. Nothing is broken at the moment. it's got plenty of time to be broken, and I'm sure it will do a little later on. We'll witness the final flight of Fiasco there, and of course the 101 that's going to be coming up behind it. I'm going to stop it in its tracks here, because we're going to wait for Frank to reach his destination. I apologise for going at high speed, but you know, time marches on, and my commentary is thin. I want to do a ride along before we wrap things up for the day, but I want to ride with Frank, as all of us do inevitably. Anyway, it's doing 23 miles per hour up the hill, which is 22 miles per hour up the hill, which is not 21 miles per hour up the hill, and you will recall that the slowest it dropped to is 620. Yeah, Frank's really not got the he's not got the minerals for this anymore. He's struggling. He wants to be put out to pasture. Well, rather than being put out to pasture, I'll tell you what's going to happen to him. He's going to be scrapped. We're going to turn him into rivets. Right, I go on pause. Right, now then, we will do that, and then we'll go watch the maiden voyage of a 101, which says TP Fever on it, for those of you who want a toilet paper management simulator. Right, okay, there we go. Now we'll start out with a bit of this. Now this is not Steam. No. I think I might have said something ridiculous about, you know, embracing all things Steam all the time for this series. What a load of rubbish. I'm going to embrace all things whatever is the most appropriate when the time comes. And therefore, this is one of my most trusted vehicles. I use it on a routine basis, and it never fails to get the job done. Its running costs are moderate, and you know, its capacity is decent, and its top speeds are appropriate, and therefore, you know, it's perfectly valid. At some point, it's going to come out of this tunnel. I wanted to track how fast it was going, but of course, it's going uphill, downhill, so that's hardly a measure worth noting. 70 at the moment. Okay, right. Let's ride along this obscene track that we've got going on. There's lumps all over the show, and that's hardly promising, but it is at least maintaining a fairly steady pace. I didn't remember to look at the top speed it's capable of, but I'm going to guess it's 70. At a push, I suspect it's 70. In the future, of course, we'll run something more pacey up and down here, but right now it's doing the job nicely. Right, you took your time. Come on, we're 3/4 of the way down the hillside already, and you're only just coming out over the bridge. That junction's not brilliant. This one's slightly better. And now you just have to imagine trains going underneath there, loaded fully with the cargo. Yeah, I think this kind of works. Whoop! You don't want to lean too far out of those balconies. Yeah, okay, it's got some merit. It's not without its charms. And therefore all's good. And I'll tell you what, Rapture's actually quite an attractive looking town these days. Right, we've done the drop off. We're picking up 4 whole people. That's plenty. Yeah, no, that's the height of efficiency. And better still, we fit in the platform. Right, there you go. That's your lot. I'll wrap it up there for today. Now, in the next episode, we shall return to our odyssey of getting the freight route working. And I'm pretty sure it's going to work out. It's just a question of how quickly. I think I'm going to put 101s on the other passenger route here as well, so that we do have some level of consistency. Either that, or maybe some late British steam kind of stuff. Because at the moment we've got this. Oh, it's turned up quite nicely. Yeah, we've got this stinky flaming diesel coming in. I mean, look at it. What a wreck. Actually, up close it looks pretty good. I mean, look at it. It's got a fair amount of Art Deco kind of influences going on in there. It's not bad at all. This T-shaped funnel's a bit of a wonder, but you know, there it is. Yeah, no, it's not hideous, but when you zoom out, you kind of go, my goodness me, that's ugly. I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back later with yet more, because there is always more where this came from, and I'll see you then. Fling a like at this if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Cheerio. Sometimes you have a simple problem and the only way to solve it is with a convoluted solution. Well, that's what I keep telling myself anyway, and that's why I do convoluted solutions quite so frequently. This one's turned out okay. Exactly how well it pans out in reality when it comes to actually getting passengers using the thing, we'll have to wait and see. But that new 101 that we're flinging up and down the route there should work quite nicely because it'll be faster than the road traffic will allow, so we should end up generating a fair few passengers, and as a result it should turn a reasonable chunk of change. At least one hopes that is the case. Now, where I take that line beyond the station at the top end of the hill is anyone's guess. Probably many places. But once you can get those kinds of connections rolling, then you can start to get some really interesting passenger networks operating. All that said, of course, I've still got to go back and finish the freight line, and that's what we'll do next. Probably. Can't, well, anyone's guess, really.